What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping back into Marvel Comics with Devil's Reign Villains for Hire, issue number 1. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with the Daredevil line, if you haven't been keeping up with Devil's Reign, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with this run. This will be a tie-in to the main event currently going on. And in that event, we see Wilson Fisk, the former kingpin of crime and now current mayor of New York City. And in an attempt to demask Daredevil, he has outlawed superhero vigilantism. Not only that, he has deputized supervillains as a new team of Thunderbolts. They are going to use this team to help maintain law and order alongside NYPD. And with heroes like members of the Fantastic Four already being arrested, this is just the beginning. Be sure to buy the comics, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we are picking up in, of course, New York City. And the high society event known as the Met Gala is about to begin. That is, until we see the arrival of the Humanity Liberation Movement. And they have come to rob high society. They have come to take the money of the rich and powerful, with them believing that the world is currently on fire, that there are people starving out there, there are individuals that truly need help, and you guys are walking around in your fancy attire, flaunting your money, flaunting your diamonds, flaunting everything that you have that they don't. And even though superheroes are lying low, we have the Thunderbolts. With them coming on the scene, we have Rhino, we have Whiplash, we have Agony, and we have Electro. With them coming in and crashing the party, there is one more member. That member is Taskmaster. And these are Wilson Fisk's deputized Thunderbolts. This is the team that he has formed to fight any forces that come their way. And of course, he sent the Thunderbolts to this event, with Wilson Fisk more than likely even setting up this whole robbery himself, just so he can get publicity on the Thunderbolts. See them saving the day of the most influential people in this city. With all of the cameras on them, it's a win-win situation for the mayor. And we quickly learn that these guys, they're not messing around. With nothing off limits, we see these bad guys taking out these robbers one by one, brutally murdering them, throwing off buildings. Agony is over there literally melting freaking people's faces, with Rhino stampeding all over some gunmen, with Electro electrifying them. For these supervillains, this matchup is absolutely nothing. And so with the bad guys being dispatched, our new Thunderbolts, they make their way back to HQ. Sitting inside the police station, they just wait. They wait for Mayor Fisk to give them their next marching orders. And by all accounts, Taskmaster is currently leading this organization. He is currently leading the Thunderbolts. But our supervillains, they are getting impatient. With no heroes out there, they want to go do whatever it is they want. And with Wilson Fisk not in the room, we see tempers begin to rise. With Whiplash wanting to leave, Taskmaster goes to stop him, and the fight between the two of them breaks out. With Agony jumping into the fight, taking on Whiplash, we see Electro hop onto Rhino, and Electro, using her powers, causes Rhino to go crazy. And as he starts bashing through walls, as the entire team is all over the place fighting each other, trying to escape, this is where we hear the thunderous voice of Wilson Fisk, letting them know that it is enough. That these guys are meant to clean up the city, not drive it further into the ground. That they're not just the public face of authority, they are representation of Fisk himself. They are the right hand of Fisk. He has been entrusting them with the safety of this city, telling them that he wants to unearth whatever vermins did the attack at the Met Gala, and that when they find them, ensure that there are no cameras on. And once you have ensured that there is no press, to make all of them suffer very slowly, reminding the Thunderbolts that he is the only ally that they have in this city, and if his patience begins to wear thin with them, he will quickly have them removed. And after gaining the location of where this terrorist organization may be held up, we see Rhino bashing his way through a wall, and this is sending a message to any would-be terrorists, any would-be criminals. This city belongs to Wilson Fisk. Nobody is allowed to lift a finger unless he says so. And if they don't want to follow the rules, then you can show them the way out of this city, either across the bridge or in a body bag. Believing that the law had gotten soft under Jameson, with this new era, with this new administration, Mayor Fisk vows that he will save this city. And our Thunderbolts, they are cleaning these guys up. Whiplash decapitating people, Electro literally electrifying people, Rhino running people over, and Agony just melting people. What we are seeing is an absolute massacre. And for the time being, this is the lay of the land. The Thunderbolts are now the law of Wilson Fisk. And with the Thunderbolts and Mayor Fisk all having a meeting, this is where they are met by their newest member. That member being U.S. Agent. And he has come reporting for duty. Alright gang, so with this issue we are picking up with John Walker walking into the office of Kingpin, going up to Wilson Fisk and letting him know that he is here to work, with Fisk letting everyone know that they need to get out of the room. Fisk wants to know why he is here, because the truth is, he is not looking for more help. He didn't even ask for more help. And so the question is, why are you in this city? Are you sent by the feds? Could it be the DA or maybe even someone else? But Walker lets him know that he came here on his own, noticing that he was going to need help. That is why he arrived. Because the truth is, Fisk is going to have a very hard time keeping a leash on these Thunderbolts, especially if he is not out in the field with them. These guys are all mostly hardened criminals. They don't take well to authority, and if you leave them unchecked, we are gonna have the populace turning against us, turning against the Thunderbolts. And so you need someone, a leader, who is going to lead these guys and ensure that they live up to what you are saying they are. And so John Walker, he is proposing that he will keep the leash on the Thunderbolts. He will get things done, and he will ensure that order is kept in this city. And so on the spot, Fisk, he hires John Walker. And that is what's going to take us to a little bit later on. With some criminals breaking into a diamond store, this robbery is stopped by the Thunderbolts. And with them stopping the robbers, we see Electro. She stops to look at these diamonds, only to end up getting a shield directly in the back. With U.S. Agent knowing her intentions, knowing that she was more than willing to pocket those diamonds, U.S. Agent is here to keep everyone in check. Now at this point, the rest of the Thunderbolts, they are wondering, like, who the heck is this guy? Who are you to try to tell us what to do? With all of them saying, why should we listen to you? Because at the end of the day, you're a wannabe Captain America. And so we see U.S. Agent versus the Thunderbolts. And the Thunderbolts, they had no chance against John Walker, letting them know that they are drifting from their mission statement. The mayor has told them what they are supposed to do, and so if they are not going to keep themselves in check, U.S. Agent is going to ensure that that is done. That there is no more bending the law to fill your pockets. That from now on, you are the law and you are going to act like it. With U.S. Agent beating the heck out of all of the Thunderbolts, he lets them know that tomorrow you are my team. And as John Walker begins to go home, walking down an alleyway, he is beginning to question why he is doing any of this, believing that maybe it's just all pointless. Because right now he doesn't have enough evidence to shut down Wilson Fisk. honestly, they barely have enough evidence to give him a slap on the wrist. But he is working with the FBI, and they want any kind of information on the purple children because they know somehow he is manipulating things. They know that he is using either the purple man or the purple children to ensure that his laws and his will is passed, with the FBI even putting a wire on US agents. Unfortunately, that was never gonna work, especially when you have someone like Electro around. Not really sure what his next course of action is going to be, thinking maybe the Thunderbolts are gonna get in his way. But Wilson Fisk, tomorrow he has a big campaign rally, and so we're gonna see what happens then. And that is what takes us to the rally, with Wilson Fisk beginning to give his speech, letting the people know that he is going to make the city safer, all of that politician jargon. But while he is giving this speech, with our Thunderbolts doing their patrols around the rally, someone inside the rally, someone in this crowd, they are touching people, and we are seeing them corrupted. And eventually, the corrupted individuals, they turn into an entire mob of people. And this mob, they start ambushing the crowd. US agent kicking it into high gear, he jumps into the crowd. He jumps in to take these guys on. Looking into their eyes, he sees nothing but black. With the crowd swarming US agent, this is where we see Rhino come to the rescue, knocking these people away like freaking bowling pins. US agent jumps on Rhino's back and jumps back into the fight. Up on the stage, Wilson Fisk is trying to figure out what the heck is happening as he tries to use his staff to control these people. It simply does not work. And as US agent looks around, he is trying to figure out the source of this problem. Looking behind him, he sees a purple woman with black eyes, asking who the heck she is. She is the one who is turning all of these people into drones. And as Electro jumps into the fray, she also gets touched. With her eyes turning black, she begins to charge up and she lets out a huge electrical blast, with Rhino coming in at the last second and putting her on the ground before too many people are hurt. John Walker sitting up trying to figure out what the heck just happened. We have our Thunderbolts standing around Electro, with her laying on the ground. They are not sure if she is dead or alive. Alright gang, so as we dive into the final issue, we are picking up at the event that Wilson Fisk had, having a rally trying to win his election. Someone in the crowd touched a bunch of people and we saw that they were corrupted. Having our Thunderbolts jump into action, we see Electro gets touched. She gets corrupted and she almost goes nuclear, hurting a bunch of civilians in this crowd. This has gone completely sideways, with Rhino grabbing Electro and getting her out of here. US agent is trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Meanwhile, Wilson Fisk, he's making his escape. He's getting out of here. With all of these cameras, all of this craziness, this looks bad on him, and he really lays into US agent, telling him that it is his job to keep the Thunderbolts in check. And now that they have all of this bad press, it's not helping anyone, telling US agent that he needs to clean up this mess and he needs to do it quickly. While he helps the firefighters trying to put out this fire, he can't help but think, at once upon a time he believed in the system, but right now that system, it has a cancer in it. It has a tumor that needs to be cut away, and that is Fisk. With the mayor currently manipulating and corrupting everything, US agent is doing his best just to try to keep people safe in the wake of his destruction. But while they sit here and rescue and save as many people as possible, putting out these fires, this is where we see corruption not being done yet and coming back for more. She touches these firefighters, they become corrupted, and they go after Agony and US agent. With US agent taking the firefighters, Agony takes the fight to corruption. And we learned that she was kidnapped by Wilson Fisk. She had been experimented on at Ravencroft. What he was trying to do was reproduce the Purple Man's abilities. And in some kind of way, that actually happened. All she needs is a singular touch, and she can take control of you. Reaching out and touching Agony, we see the corruption spread through this symbiote. Lucky for Agony, this symbiote is able to purify its body of this poison. But while Agony is trying to purge her body, this is where we see US Agent jump in and he gets touched. This gives corruption the opportunity to make an escape, and that is because Agony is trying to purge US Agent. Using her symbiote, she is trying to use it to cleanse him. Not really sure if this is going to work, but it does. Able to cleanse his bloodstream, he is free from the corruption. And after learning all of this information, he heads back to Mayor Fisk, and he lets him know that it's time they have a real heart-to-heart. Because at this point, there's experiments, civilians are getting hurt, there is a path of destruction in his wake, and US Agent is tired of it. Rhino is tired of it, and they're ready to call it quits. What pushes Rhino over the edge is their talk about trying to find these purple children and bring them to Fisk. That is a line that Rhino simply won't cross. US Agent is also opposed to it, but this is where Fisk, he uses the staff and he is able to control him, telling Walker that he is going to do exactly what he says. US Agent replies with "Yes, sir." And though Rhino may be off this team, Fisk had someone else in mind anyway. A new muscle that is really going to bring the fight to New York. That muscle being Abomination. With the Thunderbolts being 100% compliant, he sends them knocking door to door until they find the purple children, tracking them down at whatever cost. It's only a matter of time before our Thunderbolts find the location of the purple children, and we saw this unfolding in Devil's Reign issue number 5. With US Agent under the control of Mayor Fisk, the Thunderbolts, they break down the door and they kidnap these children as they guide them outside and begin loading them into vehicles, with our heroes showing up on site just like they did in issue number 5 of Devil's Reign. That is where this issue will end. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I gotta be honest, this last issue, it didn't land for me. And I think that's because they more or less took 4 or 5 pages that were in Devil's Reign and they put it into this, which is kinda disappointing. You know, I would have liked US Agent to at least have tried to punch Fisk something. You know, he may be so fed up with it, but he came back. He came back and he let him talk, he heard him out. Now, luckily, you know, Rhino, he was able to just walk away. The rest of them, they were either mind controlled or they wanted to be there. And while I understand US Agent was trying to bring him down from the inside, after everything he saw, is that not enough to show that he needs to be arrested? Severe abuses in power left and right. Experimentation on individuals that are at Ravencroft. You know, it was really nice to see that US Agent is trying to be the good guy. He's trying to believe in the system. He's trying to bring down corruption. But with Devil's Reign issue number 6 just around the corner, something tells me that US Agent is going to be flipping sides. And I really am excited to see. I hope it's going to be some epic battle of just ridiculous proportions. We're getting like the villains of New York versus the heroes of New York. And though this finale was a little bit of a letdown for me, Devil's Reign X-Men, which I am covering next, that finale is well worth it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can donate using the Super Thanks button. It will let you donate directly to the channel. It goes to helping us buy comics and grow this channel even bigger. Now, if you can't do that, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that sub button, make sure the notification bell is rung, and until the next breakdown.